Let's go ahead and get to this video here. This video is explicit. This video does show a well done trail of blood. The body is going to be covered up and all that, but just as an FYI, there you will see him dead. For anybody who is squeamish or anything of that nature. But if you want a very good look into the mind of military trained people, the way that this team just casually talks next to this person, like next to this dead body, is a perfect example of desensitization.
Let me get my lotion and tissues.
You don't already have your lotion?
All right, everyone, let me know when they're ready.
Ready.
Good to go.
So we don't know. So this is the guy that
yes, that they sent yes, Beaver County Sniper Scene and sent the pictures out. This is him.
Okay. All right.
Rifle right there, obviously.
Got it. So the bike in the back, is he on that bike?
We don't know.
We don't know. So
I
we're
don't know.
just treating that as suspicious device.
Oh, 1 second. I believe the sniper that seen these and sent the pictures is right inside this building. Michelle, is Greg in there? All right, so if you go to that window that's open and yell for Greg, that's the sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike and set the book back down and then lost sight of him.
Okay.
He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did, yeah. He's like got his glasses on and he's...
That sniper was never reported initially.
Okay. And then this is his bike with the stuff. And our sniper seen him walking away from that, I believe.
Okay.
But he would be right inside that window. He's the one that physically seen this, sent the pictures, and called it out.
Okay, so we have somebody detained, correct?
That I don't know.
People detained on this side.
All right, so our guy that was just up there told me that there was a guy detained who's the owner of the bike. And I said, no, that's the owner of the bike.
Yeah. Basically, when I got
we've been up here, so we
The owner
wouldn't
of the
know.
bike is dead.
We told us we got over here.
Got it.
And we hopped up on the
Yeah, that's no problem. Is that all your stuff?
That was one of our
Yeah. So someone came up looking to treat him, and it's.
So that was the important part right there. The Secret Service member saying that they had somebody detained on the left-hand side of where they were, and then that they had two other people detained on the opposite end of the what was it, an open stadium or whatever? And who are those people? Where are those people? Why is it? And then the other thing is, who took pictures of him on the roof? And from the time the pictures were taken to the time he started shooting, how fucking long was that? We don't know.
Well, he said this was our sniper who took the pictures. Now, the sniper that I'm familiar with kind of the geography of the area, kind of where they're saying the guy was in a window that was to the back of the shooter, not the front. When he's talking about the snipers we're aware of were to the front of the shooter in terms of like a line of sight. They're on separate buildings on a roof. They're talking about snipers in this clip that are in a building looking out through a window. So this is a previously unrevealed sniper that's supposedly a friendly, right? From how he's describing it.
Right. But the thing is though, is that from the time that they took pictures of this person as a person of interest, what is the time frame in which they went from a person of interest to a threat? And during the congressional hearing, the former Secret Service woman said that it was minutes before the shot, or right before they shot, that he started shooting is when he became a threat, is when he was determined to be a threat. So how long?
So
how long between the pictures?
Is like, yeah. So that's the thing, right? Like we have obviously a trail. How long did it take for that picture to get sent and then realized? And then, like you said, how long did he's going to a roof and he's got a bag and he's clearly doing something up there. How, what takes you to realize that he may be a potential threat? the fact that these guys are like some of the most highly trained and highly well-paid professionals in this industry or in this aspect of our government, and for them to fuck up this bad on such a large scale, where the ex-president almost got full, like he did get shot.
Yeah.
Like the fact that nobody, either A, they were sleeping, or somebody batted an eye. Somebody had to turn their head and go, interesting. All right, anyway.
This is going to be JFK all over again, where they're going to fully investigate themselves, find themselves innocent, and then still hide all of the relevant details for years, which is what they're doing currently with JFK. They still haven't released all the details about his assassination.
I mean, we still have the flipping magic bullet theory, and that's the best one that we got.
It's the only one we got so far. I mean, there's the second shooter theory and all of that, but the issue here is that it's basically repeating JFK because now there's the second shooter theory. People are theorizing. People are looking at pictures. And here's the worst part about it. When you, if you're not going to give us information, at least the next best thing you can do is stop the dissemination of misinformation. Turn around and go out and say, we disavow this footage. This footage is not real. This footage is fake. This footage or this person or these photos have absolutely nothing to do with this, or they are, this is inaccurate. At least tell us what isn't true if you're not going to tell us what is true.
I'm going to be dead ass. I'm going to be dead ass here, and maybe you guys are going to disagree. That guy who claimed like he's wearing a suit and he looks like he's Secret Service, he don't look like he's Secret Service to me. He looks like he's somebody dressed up as Secret Service.
No, you know what he looks like? He looks like the Men in Black theory. Not the aliens Men in Black theory. I'm talking MKUltra Men in Black theory.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he looks like, because that boy just appeared and disappeared. There is, like, as far as we know, there is no footage of him before the shooting and no footage of him after the shooting. Who is he?
I want to know this guy. I want to know. I want to know this Sniper Greg's version of events. I want to know how fast he sent out that text.
For real. And that's the other thing too. During the oversight committee hearing, it was revealed that there was no, supposedly, right? Obviously, it'll take a legit, some sort of proof for people to believe this. I don't even fucking believe it. I can promise you that. It is supposedly was put forth that there was a recording of both email and text messages, but there was no recording of radio communication.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
That's weird.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck out of here. The only reason you would not record radio communication is if you were not communicating through the radio. At which point, you if it comes out that they weren't talking over the radio and they were just emailing and texting each other, like, it's raps, bro. It's fucking raps. There's no.
Well, the thing is,
you up
on some level they
good
have
to know that our national security is going to be upheld by email and text.
Well, no, it's not even that. I mean, on some level, it has to be. I mean, even like in the military, when you're calling operations, there's someone transcribing. There's always something just in case something does happen.
Right.
There's a written record of communications that led up to whatever happened.
And the only reason you would not record, like, audio record communications is due to the fear of operations falling into the wrong hands.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why you do what Ken was saying, which is you bullet point it, you write it down somewhere, you encrypt it some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And generally, and I know this is in the military, this is what it's taught. It's like, if you're going to write it down, you need to write it down in a way that it's only you can understand it. Like, you can't be you can't be sharing your cryptography with other people, you know? And so if that's the case, if they truly did not record communications, there is some sort of log per team. I do not care what they say. In some way, shape, or form, they logged what they did, what they saw, and how they responded.
And we're never going to find it out.
No.
Like underneath like the communications MOSs in the Army, I forgot the name of it. There's specifically ones that's their sole job, is to be like that third person that transcribes communications and all that, just to have a written record of what. Yep. I mean, granted, you have to have like a top secret security clearance. Like I think theirs is higher than top secret, because there is top secret isn't the highest. There's higher than that, but they have to have that because they don't want just some like random ass doing that. But
right.
There's some all that is just not going to fall on deaf ears. That's just not how it works.
No, somebody there again, and this is funny because I was talking to Zeph about this type of a movie last night. There in the movie The Giver, there is a singular person. Great movie. There is a singular person who knows the entire history of the community that the movie is based around. And it's no different here. There is probably a single team of people who know every waking moment of what happened that day. And they are like the only people who are allowed to know it. They probably have every record, every article of clothing, everything that has happened. And they are the ones who are trusted to be, to hold these records back. And to determine whether or not they're fit for public consumption.
So I'll tell you, my conspiracy theory is if you look at the rally, it really wasn't that big. There wasn't that many people there. Right. And it's like I said before, I think they divvy out the number of Secret Service detail based on the number of occupants, and then they partner with local law enforcement.
Yeah, to cover the rest.
I think it was so small. I think that their level of guard just wasn't high. I think they were just complacent. I think they were very complacent. And I think that they were just like, yeah, let's just be here or whatever, just in case something happens. They didn't take the threat serious as someone on the roof. I think they thought it was just BS. But again, conspiracy theory. I just don't think that they took it to the level that they should have, always being on alert. I think they got extremely complacent because of where it was and the size of the rally itself.
Oh yeah,
I don't think that's at all the level of a conspiracy theory.
No,
I think that's a very reasonable analysis.
I mean, that's Occam's razor, right? That is like the simplest solution is often the right one.
I mean, you can even dumb it down all the way to just regular policing. Like, I mean, look at just like there's police security and then there's non-armed, regular, everyday, one old 78-year-old Joe Biden sitting out at the freaking mini mart, like being a quote unquote security guard. Like,
the local police probably told them like there's not a lot that happens here. You probably ain't got to worry about nothing. Like they probably got that from the local law enforcement.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other fucking thing. Local police were muzzle flashed by the guy. There was a sheriff's officer who went up onto the roof. The guy supposedly, right? This is supposed to have happened. This is what has been logged. The fucking kid flashed him the gun and told him to get out of there. And where the fuck does that go? Where is that? Is that true? Is that a lie? Is it what? Apparently,
no. You want to hear a conspiracy theory? Joe Biden lost the debate. He had one last chance to actually get to win this election and win it, even if he can't hold the seat, win it for the Democrats. He ordered an assassination on Donald Trump. He directed his CIA. That's a real conspiracy theory.
But it's a plausible one. It's a plausible one.
FBI brings the shooter that we're aware of, Cook or whatever his name is, I don't know.
Or the shooter who was supposed to miss.
And the CIA brings the backup guy who is either going to make the hit happen or finish off the guy in case the Secret Service sniper is not able to finish him off. Because they don't want him to talk. They want to radicalize a person, put him in position, bring back the security detail, show him, tell him, hey, here's how you can get in position. Here's how you can make it done. He had a very sophisticated operation where he set up a drone at first. Everyone ignored the drone. Like, don't question a drone in a secure airspace. Just ignore that. And then he gets up on the roof. He goes to take the shot. It basically, if he'd made the shot, we wouldn't be hearing about anything else.
Right.
He would get shot.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Yeah, that'd be it. It'd all be swept. We wouldn't have any kind of investigation going on. The reason why we have all this investigation going on is because he missed. And also, Biden's completely incompetent. When he's sitting there ordering a hit, he's doing it in an incredibly incompetent way. He's not Hillary Clinton, who's successful at ordering hits. He's a complete, dementia-addled brain. He can't even order hits anymore.
For the last weekend, have thought that Joe Biden was actually dead because he literally
didn't show anyway.
They're overanalyzing his resignation letter, and they're like, "Oh, that's a screen grab." Like, if you go on,
that's
Twitter
not a signature.
Right now, yeah, if you go on Twitter right now, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories about him stepping down and all that stuff like that.
I hate Twitter.
The thing is there was one truth of it is he wasn't seen all weekend, but there was very obviously air traffic by his house. So people were theorizing that he was sent to his house because he had COVID and he was in hospice care. So people were like, we genuinely think he's dead, but
well, he looks it. That's the thing.
yeah, he acts like it, dude. He acts like he's a husk of a man. I don't fucking blame people. Jesus.
Right.
Well, conspiracy theories are more believable than the main narrative. When the main narrative,
if it's entertaining enough, absolutely.
Yeah, is what it is so mishandled, and we're like, oh, well, it's just the Secret Service screwing up a ton. How many times are we going to believe?
Well,
how many times are we even going to believe that they screwed up and screwed up and screwed up a thing that they're solely designed to do?
You can't butterfingers your way every single time you fuck up. At some point in time, it has to be. It is not. It's willful negligence. It's like you knew something could have gone wrong, and you kind of hoped something went wrong because you didn't like the person.
I attribute malice.
This sounds like Boogie all of a sudden.
Yeah, I attribute malice until they can prove that they're idiots.
Exactly.
And they're not willing to prove they're idiots.
Well, Bud, I don't know about your experience with firearms or anything of that nature, but obviously, okay. So as I would say, what is your experience with it, and how do you feel about all of the information that's coming out?
I'm very familiar. I've done. Oh, are you asking Bud?
Go ahead, I'm asking Bud. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've fired a lot of guns. I'm not in the military. I'm not a cop or anything, but my family owns guns. I don't own one personally, just because sometimes your boy Bud be getting a little sad. He doesn't need the option. So I just don't. I just don't have one for myself.
I can respect that.
I just don't have one for myself, but I do know how to fight, so it's all good. Come rob my house if you want. But I have a machete. But anyway, so I fired a handful of guns. As far as everything I'm getting, Zeph, were you saying that you think Joe Biden ordered a hit on?
That's what I was saying. Chill. I'm saying that if you want to talk conspiracy theory,
okay,
I think that is more likely than the current events that are public.
I love conspiracy theories because I will back and forth them even if I don't really believe them. I'm willing to play devil's advocate on them just because they're very fun. However, I don't think it was Joe Biden that if a hit was ordered on him, I don't think it was Biden that did it. I think it was a handful of billionaires because I don't think the president runs this country. I don't even think Congress runs this country. I think that the richest people in America run this country, and I think that they buy our Congress, they buy our president, they lobby the fuck out of everything, already. So it's I think if
that's a good one.
If a hit was ordered, I don't think it was Biden. I don't think it was the Senate. I don't think it was Congress. I don't think it was any politician. I think
probably Kamala Harris. Honestly.
Well, honestly, I think Bud's going down a much better path because you have to think about it. A lot of people think he's going to win the presidency, but he still has multiple federal cases going on. And as of right now, he isn't looking at any actual jail time currently,
right.
But I'm pretty sure the people he runs in the circles he runs in, they know him. And as much as you like Donald Trump, let's be honest, if he really was facing jail time, old boy's going 6ix9ine hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
He is not and that would make sense as to why they would want to take him out, because the fear that he might flip and give the U.S. government this person helped me fake taxes, this person did that, this person was da-da-da-da-da. It's entirely possible that the elites decided he was a liability.
Well, the rich people hate Donald Trump because he's new money. They only like blue book money. They have literal books of, and this is not a joke. You can find them on eBay. Well, these are real books. They're blue books. that are a list of old money in America that is like, here are all the rich people. And those people are in one camp and they're all friends and they get along. And then there's the other camp of celebrities and new money and tech money that are in an entirely different camp, and they're not accepted within the same group. These groups are at odds, and it's well known that they don't get along.
Well, it's like George Carlin said, you don't need a formal conspiracy when interests align.
Yeah.
You don't need a formal conspiracy. If you're an elite, you're an elite, I'm an elite, they're an elite. We might have a dinner. We might go kill some people. Who knows?
I should know about.
You could even say that the White House denied Trump's requests for additional security, and then had the security that was there tacked down on purpose to sort of just not direct a shooter or radicalize the shooter, but let's just open some gaps. Let's just open a. We know that there's 10 guys waiting in the wings, ready to do it at all times. If we open a gap, someone will step into the gap, and it could just as easily be a conspiracy like that, where they just purposefully made him vulnerable in a way that someone could act on.
It's a homegrown sleeper. Like, that's literally what it is. A lot of people are so worried about sleeper cells in here, which is not nearly as big of an issue as movies and TV shows will make you think. I promise you that. But if you have to think about it, if we did stuff like MK Ultra, where we attempted to make a mind control drug, creating PCP and MDMA, we are not above basically making us an American sleeper. And just having them in the winds ready to go ahead and wait and go for it, And I forget who it was that said it, but he said, you could kill a president. You just have to be ready to die. Because you'll never survive it. You'll never survive it. You can kill a president. You just have to be willing to give up your life. Because
we are not going to kill a president.
Because
we are not doing that.
Because, well, it depends on what. Like the president of freaking Sony, and sometimes, president of YouTube as well. But it's like,
that was a joke.
Yeah, in Minecraft. But that's what I'm saying is it's not impossible. It's not impossible to just be like, hey, you know what? We need a good suicide.
I love apple pie in Paris in the spring. And then we just wait to see the guy be activated.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's entirely possible that the elites are afraid because I'll be honest, it looks good in the polls, brother, but when it comes to all of his lawsuits and shit, he's lost every single one of them. That man is like he is reaching Alex Jones numbers of freaking, or he might reach Alex Jones numbers of freaking lawsuits of money and all. I'll tell
you what's crazy. I don't know if y'all have ever heard. There was an HBO documentary out called about the Nuremberg sting. I don't know if y'all ever recall that or not. Basically, it's a whole thing that they did, and HBO did it, and it's based about the FBI who planted someone to turn 4 kids into drug dealers because they were selling drugs. So the FBI sent in someone to supply them, and so as time went on, they actually got them to step up their game, and they ended up getting them arrested on terrorism and doing domestic terrorist threats. And it shows how the FBI literally just targeted these 4 teenagers in New York and had them do it. So it's already on record that they've done it before. If y'all haven't seen that, it's a very interesting watch. Especially for conspiracy.
That sounds cool.
For conspiracy theorists, it's a very good watch. It's called the Nuremberg Sting.
Okay.
So, okay, keep going.
No, I'm just saying, nothing surprises me anymore if the government is involved in some shady ass shit like that. It's very good how they do. They showed video of them. It showed them in the car talking about it. It even showed the kids saying that that's not what they're interested in, and that sounds fucked up. They don't want to get involved. But the FBI plant just kept coaxing them into it, talking about money, saying it's going to be life-changing money for your family because they were in the ghetto, But they just said it's going to be life-changing money. Your families will be set, blah, blah, blah. When they finally get them to admit to it, or say they'd be ready to do it, and they actually start the plot to do it, that's when they get arrested.
So there's an even worse.
It's interesting.
There's an even worse story of that. I don't know if you guys know who White Boy Rick is.
Oh yeah,
no.
White Boy Rick is the youngest, most successful cocaine dealer there ever was, and it's only because he was aided, trained, and provided cocaine by the FBI. So as a child, he was in high school and was approached by the FBI and basically asked to become the number one cocaine distributor in his area. They took him out of... Yes, he's dead.
There's a movie about it.
There's multiple movies about it. So they took him out of high school, not only taught him how to create cocaine, but also shipped it for him, gave him all the ropes. He became the number one drug dealer. They basically killed off everything he did. Like they went ahead and basically just used him for it. And he's like, okay, well, I didn't get my GED. I didn't graduate high school. Like, I don't have any money. I don't have any of this. Like, I was supposed to be basically your informant, but instead I'm just your patsy. What do I do from here? And the FBI basically told him the same thing that they told every other person that they've ever used. Same as the CIA. Tough luck, buddy. So guess what he does? He becomes a legitimate drug dealer and gets to the top of the FBI most wanted list, and they arrest him. Like, they literally trained him to become a drug dealer, dropped his ass after making millions. He becomes a legitimate drug dealer. And I don't say legitimate as in, like, clean books and all that, but like a legitimate drug dealer on his own. And they arrest him. Like, bro, that is, like I said, an American sleeper. It is not hard to radicalize a person or to utilize a person, because when you have people who are trained in enhanced interrogation, manipulation, counter ops, spec ops, like counterterrorism, counter intelligence, any of that, they are always looking 5, 6 to 10 different steps ahead. And this kid had his entire life mapped out by the FBI, only to have his brains bashed in while he was in prison.
Probably
I just want to say the GOAT, Matthew McConaughey, played in the movie as his father.
Yes.
Damn.
That dude's the GOAT.
I love Matthew McConaughey. He actually came to my
school.
Yeah. But
that's badass.